Good nobles, we come here together in a spirit of fellowship, deepening of our skills, sharing of our knowledge, and a shared interest in the search to find truth through experimental archaeology and historical inquiry. It is in this context that we, on behalf of the Kingdom of Lochac, acknowledge the traditional owners and the lands in which we gather. We recognise their continued connection to the land and culture, and we pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging, and the elders of other communities on which land we may be streamed today.
Thank you. Do you mind if I take it up there?
Yeah.
Yep. Hello. Can you hear anything from the microphone?
I can hear you there. We're streaming now.
Over and talk near the thrones. So this is a test 30 about a meter from the phone. And this is sort of talking normally. This will be talking a little bit louder like in court. Did you get much of that?
Throne mic is good. I will mute it until told otherwise.
Oh, you muted it. Okay, good. Yep. All right, I'll put it...
All rise. The Crown of Lochac, southernmost kingdom. Oz and Miriam, undoubted rulers of all Lochac. You have their majesties' leave to be seated and to be comfortable. So it's come to this.
last day of our reign and the next stage of Lochart's future. Thank you everyone for being here, whether in person or across the known world. I have a few little items of business to take care of first, and then we'll progress into acknowledging our heirs.
Would all the members present of Their Majesty's Royal Household please come before them?
As I've said before, when we did the royal ciphers, we couldn't have done this reign without you. You have truly added to the grandeur that is the crown of Lochart. Thank you. We ask you now to take your places amongst our populace and continue to serve the crown, the populace, and the kingdom of Lochart as you have done so far.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
For Their Majesty's Royal Household, 3 cheers. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Would Sir Wulfgar Járnsiða come before Their Majesties?
Sir Wulfgar, the tournament yesterday showed to our kingdom and other kingdoms what His Majesty and I already knew, that we chose wisely when we chose you as Queen's Champion. You have taken on the perilous task of minding my person and keeping it safe from those who would do it ill, including myself. And you have also taken on the almost impossible task of not displeasing Her Majesty during her reign, which I know was a shock to you when you heard that oath, and you have done well. So please take our thanks, and as you step back from our 14th century to the Viking that you loved, we would give to you something made by my own hands. So I have made for you, from hand-spun wool from the sheep from our kingdom, Viking winnegers or leg wraps. Enjoy your time, and thank you for your service.
For Sir Wulfgar, outgoing Queen's Champion, 3 cheers.
We're not done.
3 cheers. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
You've been in this barony for a long time. A few years. The entirety of this event, with help from others, has been your doing. The service you have given the kingdom as champion, as a knight, as somebody who trains, to somebody who simply does the things, is exemplary. We would call forward our Order of the Pelican.
Huzzah!
We spoke yesterday, and I believe we have your agreement. So Wulfgar, would you join this august company?
Huzzah!
Yeah. You may enjoy the pockets if you wish.
The crown!
Let all present gather and bear witness the coronation ceremony of the Kingdom of Lochac. Your Majesties, His Royal Highness, Prince Leofric, having won by honourable combat the right to succeed the throne, presents himself to claim your Majesty's hands the crown and throne that is rightfully his, and further claims the right to have Her Royal Highness Princess Sabine, crowned Queen of Lochac by right of inspiration, grace, and courtesy. Your Majesties, will you honour these claims?
Please call forward the representative of the Earl Marshal. The tournament conducted yesterday was conducted in the traditions and laws of Lochac.
Yes, my Highness, it was.
Then we shall honour these claims.
Let their Royal Highnesses approach the throne.
Yesterday, fate smiled on you and your inspiration, and you granted victory over the field. Tradition in Lochac.
Tradition in Lochac that the victor of the Crown Tourney shall be gifted by the Queen a tassel that she wore upon her coronation garb. And so I would like to present to you, Sir Leofric, Your Royal Highness, said tassel to be your own. Huzzah!
For 6 months, half a year, we have reigned as your crown. When we ascended the throne, we swore to step aside when it was our time. To Leofric, you've been tested in the crucible of tournament and its distilling flame. You've been granted victory. We would name you as Crown of Lochac. Will you abide by the laws, customs, and traditions of the kingdom?
For half a year, we have reigned beside your king as Queen of Lochac. And as we swore at our coronation, we also will step aside this day and pass our throne on. Will you, Princess Sabine, who inspired your champion to hold victorious against the field, we welcome you to our crown and to our throne. Will you swear fealty to the populace and kingdom of Lochac?
I will happily, Your Majesty.
This oath should be sworn on steel.
Here do I swear by mouth and hand fealty and protection to the kingdom and populace of Lochac, to uphold the laws of the kingdom, to speak and to be silent, to do and to let be, to strike and to spare, to punish and to reward, in such matters as concern the kingdom, in need or in plenty, in peace or in war, in living or in dying. In all these ways, I will strive to govern this kingdom wisely. I shall bear these burdens gladly, and for half a year serve as the Crown of Lochac, and then freely step aside for my lawfully chosen successor. This I swear to uphold until I depart my throne, or death take me, or the world end. So say I, Sabine.
Huzzah!
This ring There's a sigil of the kingdom. Wear it as a reminder of your oath.
All heed the crown.
Leofric Willoughby de Broke, I name you Crown of Lochac.
Huzzah!
Long live the king.
Long live the king!
I pass on to you for you to crown the Queen of Lochac, your consort.
Sabine, you have inspired me. Will you serve beside me as my queen? I name you Queen of Lochac.
Huzzah!
Long live the queen.
Long live the queen!
Thank you everyone for being here for such a wonderful event. It is our very great pleasure to have been victorious in this tournament and to be able to lead Lochac forward in these uncertain times. We have before us two gentles who have done such an amazing job throughout the play that we would see them get their just rewards in their account.
Oz and Miriam, you have ruled as king and queen of Lochac, and we wish to recognize your service to our kingdom, that all may know your great works. We would ennoble you and recognize you with a painted royal. Before Leofric and Sabine, your undoubted king and queen, do you swear fealty to the crown of Lochac? And do you swear that you will uphold their majesties' honour, obey the lawful commands in all matters that concern the kingdom, and, mindful that the harmony of the kingdom springs from your deeds, treat all persons with courtesy, whatever their degree or station, until the crown depart their throne, death take you, or the world end?
I do so swear.
Sir Eva, I believe you have words. Please do.
It is my great privilege today to speak to you of the great deeds of Oz and Miriam and to be the first to welcome them into the royal peerage. What is a royal peerage? To some, additional renown. To some, merely a title. To others, it can be misunderstood or undervalued. But to this, we would say that a royal peerage is not an award. It is the kingdom being reminded of your worth. It is a thank you from the kingdom for the great service and the sacrifice that has been made by the gentles who have the privilege to wear the royal peerage, the titles, and the regalia. Every time you are addressed as count or countess, it is the kingdom saying thank you for the work, thank you for the sacrifice, thank you for bearing the burden and for caring for our lands. These words come from Duke Felix, who is unable to be here today. For my part, I would speak more personally of Oz and Miriam, for I've seen the great work that they have put in their time. We all have heard that the crown can be a burden as well as a great privilege. But for those who bear it gladly, when things are going well, everything is beautiful. Unfortunately, there are times, of course, where the crown can be a burden. And at those times, when you are doing well, no one knows it is a burden at all. Oz and Miriam have bared the burden gladly. Oz creates beautiful moments of pageantry because he knows the beauty and spectacle of the kingdom, and he wants all the populace to behold the kingdom in the way that he sees it. Miriam has striven to ensure that when the populace are addressed, they not only feel seen by the crown, but they feel familiar with the crown. And this has made everyone across the kingdom feel cherished. They have done an extraordinary job. And I would say that thank you, that reminder, when we address them as count and countess, is a reminder that they have suffered for us. They have worked for us, but they have most of all cared for us, and they have loved us. And so I would like to be the first to congratulate Count Oz and Countess Miriam and say thank you.
name you count. You have passed this kingdom to us in good order.
For your great service to the kingdom, I name you Countess Miriam.
Huzzah!
Just be upstanding, because I want a hug.
Be it known to all that King Leofric and Queen Sabine do by their words here proclaim, confer great honour upon their subjects, Count Guillaume de Oz, Countess Miriam de Montois, and to recognise them as Count and Countess within the kingdom of Lochac, and to the ends of the known world, done this 14th day of November, Anna Societatis 56. For Lochac's newest Count and Countess, 3 cheers. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
If we could beg your indulgence for yet one more moment. Yeah, Sir Evo, I believe you have a token of the Order of the Rose.
Countess Matilde.
On the table,
Shall I
sorry.
present? My lord and my ladies, your excellency of your majesty. The ladies of the Rose are a collection of ladies who have been queens. And it is a very special collection of women so far. And you are bound by the joy and the love that you have developed by being queen of Lochac. Lochac changes when you are queen, and it changes you. You never change back. So the ladies of the Rose look after each other, they look after the queen, and they look after as many people as they possibly can. Mistress Portia sends this token to you as we take you into his bosom. Yes. We would quote you as befits your station as a member of the Order of the Rose and welcome you as our sister.
For the ladies of the Order of the Rose.
3 cheers. Fit.
Huzzah!
Fit.
Huzzah!
Fit.
Huzzah!
We wish you very well in your retirement to enjoy your counties and prepare new households or your future endeavours. Thank you so much for guiding your heart so well throughout your tenure.
And leaving it in such good state.
Huzzah! Would Sir Wulfgar and Mistress Lawrence come before their majesties? Yes, thank you.
Wulfgar, Lawrence. Wulfgar, you tested me very well when you talked yesterday. You made it difficult to defeat you. You fought exceptionally well, and I would have you as our champion. Will you accept the place as Lord and Lady of Lochac, knowing that should we be unable to fulfil our duties as Crown, it becomes your responsibility? Do you swear to uphold the laws and kingdoms, the laws of our kingdom, and to fulfill these duties should it occur?
I said swear.
Thank you.
We name you Lord and Lady of Lochac.
Huzzah! The champion and his lady, the Lord and Lady of Lochac, 3 cheers. Fit.
Huzzah!
Fit.
Huzzah!
Fit.
Huzzah!
Leave right.
We will get some to you at some later date. You have our lady department.
Your Majesties, we call forth the Kingdom Seneschal, the Earl Marshal, Praxis Herald, and the
Kingdom Exchequer or their representatives.
When you see someone or not?
Your Majesties, on behalf of Countess Beatrice, who should not be here this day, your kingdom's seneschal, I present to you the laws of the kingdom.
We understand they have been very well in order and there have been several updates throughout the previous reign. We are only too happy to see Beatrice remain in her role. We would see this forwarded back to her to continue her tenure.
I shall pass on this news to Her Excellency. Thank you. Your Majesty.
You want to keep it? It's a fine blade, I believe. I do believe we should probably return it to the good keeping of the Marshal.
Please, Earl Marshal. Maintain it in good order.
Your Majesties, on behalf of the Honourable Lady Gabrielle, the Kingdom Exchequer, I present to you the Kingdom books.
Thank you.
And the little petty cash.
It'll be interesting to see how the ledgers have been managed since I was last privy to what was going on behind the curtains.
And a little petty cash, just because, you know, this is a rather expensive occasion.
Anyone who's after a little salt gold, come see me after. We would return these books to you so that they may be kept in good stead for the future.
I will pass those words on to you. Your Majesties, I present the Book of Ceremonies for the Kingdom.
I believe these books have been kept well. And I will give them back to you. Please continue.
Thank you very much. 3 cheers for the great officers of the kingdom.
For the great officers of state of the Kingdom of Lochac, 3 cheers. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Would the landed barons and baronesses of the kingdom or their representatives come forth to swear fealty to the crown?
Here have a scroll from me, Baron Baroness of Inglegard, for you.
Thank you. We receive it in great joy.
Agostino and Elizabeth, Baron and Baroness of Anyala, are saddened they could not be here for this joyous occasion. They have asked me to convey their fealty to the Majesties.
Thank them kindly for us and let them know we look forward to seeing them in March. Orders permitted.
Majesties, we also have missives from the other barons and baronesses confirming their fealty to the crown.
We have here a fealty from the Barony of Browney, from the Barony of St. Florian, never heard of it, the Barony of Riverhaven, and from Mordenvale. We thank them so much for sending their work. And Inglegard also. We will hold these here and reply to these good letters of his state. You would swear fealty with us today?
Before King Leofric and Queen Sabine, your undoubted king and queen, do you swear fealty to the crown and kingdom of Lochac? And do you swear that you will uphold their majesty's honour, obey their lawful commands, hold and administer their barony, support all your people in their various endeavours, bring all good works to the notice of their majesties, and mindful that the harmony of your barony springs from your deeds, treat all persons with courtesy, whatever their degree or station, until the crown depart their throne, or death take you, or the world end?
I do so swear. And we, for our part, swear fealty to you, our landed barons and baronesses of Lochac. We swear to protect and defend you and your households until death take us?
We depart from
Till we depart our throne. Until death takes us, or the world ends. So say we, Lochac.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Let the greater officers of state, being the Kingdom Seneschal, Patriarchal Principal Herald, Earl Marshal, Minister of Arts and Sciences, Chancellor of the Exchequer, Chronicler, Chirurgeon, and Constable come forward and kneel before their Majesty or their representatives.
I bring forth from my colleagues who were not able to attend again scrolls of fealty.
I've never seen so many actually arriving on the day. And you are carried on behalf of the Exchequer again? Thank you so much. Fealties are very much appreciated and we will respond to them today.
Before King Leofric and Queen Sabine, your undoubted King and Queen, do you swear fealty to the Crown and Kingdom of Lochac, and do you swear that you will uphold their Majesty's honour, obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the Kingdom, faithfully discharge your offices, and mindful that the harmony of the Kingdom springs from your deeds, treat all persons with courtesy, whatever their degree or station, until the Crown depart their throne, death take you, or the world end?
I do so swear.
On behalf of Countess Beatrice, who is in person to you. I do so swear. On behalf of the other ones, so do I.
Her Exchequer is ready. Thank you. And we, for our part,
do swear fealty to you, to protect you and your households in all matters concerning the kingdom, to depart from our thrones, death take us.
so say we lock up.
To the great officers of state of the Kingdom of Lochac, 3 cheers. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Let the royal peers here present stand and be known, and let those of their number who wish to swear fealty come forward and kneel before their Majesties.
And for the
Oh, look how many excellent, good serving gentles we have before us. It's such a pleasure to see your faces. Most of you are already at leave previously in fealty to the Crown, but we would happily hear your fealty today.
Before King Leofric and Queen Sabine, your undoubted King and Queen, do you swear and confirm fealty to the Crown and Kingdom of Lochac? And do you swear that you will uphold their Majesty's honour, obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the Kingdom, and mindful that the harmony of the Kingdom springs from your deeds, treat all persons with courtesy, whatever their degree or station, until the Crown depart their throne, death take you, or the world end?
I do so swear.
And we, for our part, swear fealty to you, our royal peers of Lochac. We swear to protect and defend you and your households until we step down from our throne, death takes us, or the world ends. So say we, Lochac. Thank you.
Let all those members of the Orders of Peerage who have not sworn fealty and wish to do so come before their Majesties now.
Oh, we know, we've been here before.
Before King Leofric and Queen Sabine, your undoubted King and Queen, do you swear fealty to the Crown and Kingdom of Lochac? And do you swear that you will uphold their Majesty's honour, obey their lawful commands in all matters that concern the Kingdom, faithfully perform the duties of your noble order, and mindful that the harmony of the Kingdom springs from your deeds, treat all persons with courtesy, whatever their degree or station, until the Crown depart their throne, death take you, or the world end?
I do so swear.
We, for our part, do swear fealty to defend you and your household, till we depart from our thrones, death take us.
So say we.
rite and ceremony of coronation is thus ended. All rise. Long live Leofric and Sabine, King and Queen of Lochac. 3 cheers. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
I do, Your Majesties. I gave you a
Pray come out and address the populace.
Your Majesties, I did give you a petition. Have you had time to read it?
We have reviewed it. It took very little time because we are fully in agreement with your decision.
And I have your permission to act.
Absolutely.
My thanks. Crux Australis Herald, as well as having the privilege to serve as a Kingdom officer, also heads the College of Heralds in Lochac. And the Laurel Sovereign of Arms, the highest ranking herald of the society, has granted us in this role the right to promote heralds within the College of Arms. From Macer to Pursuivant, from Pursuivant to Herald. There is one more rank. This is Herald Extraordinary. It is recognised across the known world. Laurel Sovereign of Arms grants the recipients the right to register their own personal heraldic title. This has only been given 5 times in the entire history of Lochac, from our days as a barely beginning group through Principality to today. Carl Fastus von Aachen. For those who do not know, Carl built canon law. This is the database that holds our awards, our order of precedence, and while it was done with help from others, he has been a support throughout all. He has taught those who come after him. And what was created is the envy of the kingdoms of the known world. When his name was mentioned, and I sought the advice of my fellow heralds of Lochac and of the known world, all of them resoundingly said, do it. He has been Crux Herald. He has mentored Crux Heralds. And I am proud to have the privilege to give this to you. I will also say, Paddy and I checked, Rerenaut Herald is registerable and free of conflict.
From our Crux Herald, through a past Crux, onto this Crux, we would name you Herald Extraordinary.
Huzzah! For the 6th Herald Extraordinary of Lochac. 3 cheers. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Pray register something good.
Your Majesties, I was having a discussion with my good lady wife, talking about all of the awards and all of the ceremonies, and how really there were only 4 awards of the small number that I've received that really resonated for me. The Award of Arms that said I was welcome, the West Kingdom Paragons of Merriment, which was given on the last day that we were part of the West Kingdom, and which I thought, I always wanted that one, because it's silly. And then I was made a herald by the last Crux, principal herald, before we had Crux. No, before, never mind, anyway, by and then of course a court barony, which is the greatest award of all, because you don't have to go to meetings. And I thought, well, that's it, I've had the complete set and it's been great, and I don't aspire, and I don't sort of think that there should be more. I'll never be a peer, for which you can be grateful, and so on. It made a liar of me. There's another. Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
As you all know, we won Crown yesterday. Sir Leofric won fought valiantly, and now is His Majesty. We do not have an extensive household to put in place like you would normally expect at this moment. However, we would like to call forward some who have agreed to serve on our household who are here present. I would like Baron Ianto, Baroness Tanja, Lord Christopher, and Baroness Philippa to pray attend upon us. I've got one thing to say to you. You are a glutton for punishment. If you're going to offer, under these circumstances, I'm absolutely going to accept. Philippa, thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of our household. We'll determine your exact role because I don't want you taking on too much, but I'm very, very happy to have you join us.
Christopher, you fought very well yesterday, as you always do. Would you be a member of my guard?
Absolutely.
So I fight with you regularly, no matter where you fight. I would definitely have you as a member of my guard. Tatiana, to have you serve my household.
We enjoy your good company, and we hope we get to see you a lot in the near future. Yanto, I have one further thing for you. It is long overdue, so I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you so
Feel
much.
free to have a look in for it.
Oh, I know what that Indeed. Oh, yes. Just may I speak on the nature of it? So some time ago, I was fortunate enough to be the Baroness's champion at St. Brian de la Riviere. And one of the traditions is that an embroidered patch needs to go onto the cloak that I got to wear. And my hand does not go to embroidery. And I turned to Her Majesty to please, could she please help me in this regard? And she exacted a price, which I think was appropriate, because my skill is brewing. And this has now come to my hand, and it is marvelously fine work. It is just divine.
I'm glad you're happy with it. I'm apologising for not getting it to you through the play, but my ANS brain is. We thank you very much if you would join us in our court. True cheers for the newest members of the Royal Household, please.
For the newest members of the royal household, 3 cheers. Hip hip. Huzzah! Hip hip. Huzzah! Hip hip. Huzzah! Their Majesties, having no further business, all rise. Long live the King!
Long live the King!
Long live the Queen!
Long live the Queen!
For the baronies, shires, cantons, colleges of the Kingdom of Lochac, 3 cheers. Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!